Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to unpack something really exciting today: how to completely replace content creation burnout with a fully functioning AI office. And the best part? It can actually generate some serious passive income. Look, if you've ever felt totally overwhelmed trying to run a digital business all by yourself, staring at a blank screen at 2 a.m., desperately trying to churn out a newsletter or finish up an ebook, well, the source material we're looking at today offers an absolute masterclass in delegation. And no, we're not talking about hiring human employees. We're talking about handing the heavy lifting over to an automated, incredibly efficient AI team.
So let's dive right into this fascinating concept from our source material. Imagine automating your entire digital product pipeline without having to write every single word yourself. Typically, running a content business means you're wearing, well, every single hat. You're the lead researcher, the head writer, the chief marketer, and the meticulous editor. And let's be real, doing all of that is downright exhausting. But what if you could have a dedicated, hyper-focused specialist for each one of those roles, working around the clock for absolutely zero salary? That's the exact premise of building an AI office, and it fundamentally changes the math on what just one person can accomplish in a day.
To put this into perspective, the source details a proven, highly specific system that was used to generate 100,000 yen in a single month on the Japanese platform Note. Now, if you aren't familiar with Note, it's this massive platform over in Japan where anyone can publish and sell articles, tutorials, or digital products. But hey, even if you use platforms like Substack, Medium, or Gumroad, the blueprint we're unpacking today applies perfectly to your workflow too. The absolute beauty of this system is that it was engineered to overcome the exact bottleneck every solo creator inevitably faces, simply not having enough hours in the day to consistently produce high-quality paid content.
To achieve this crazy level of scale, we're using a specific tool called Claude Code. Think of this as an app that literally turns your standard text prompts into direct executable actions on your computer. It lays the actual foundation for our virtual office. So this isn't just your standard chat interface where you copy text in and paste text out. No, when you use the Claude desktop app and pull up the Code tab, you're actually granting the AI the ability to organize your files, create documents, and manage your local workspace directly. It completely transforms from a simple chatbot into the actual acting office manager for your business. It's a real game changer.
So here is our blueprint for today. We're going to cover 1. The AI office setup, 2. The 5-person team, 3. The secret sauce, 4. Publishing and pricing, and finally 5. The marketing engine. Let's get right into it.
Starting with Section 1, the AI office setup, specifically structuring the folders.
Now, you aren't just making a basic folder on your desktop here. You're actually letting Claude automatically build a highly organized office structure for your research, your rough drafts, and your completed articles, so absolutely nothing gets lost. Our source points out a massive mistake a lot of beginners make, trying to organize all these folders manually. If you do that, your AI gets confused, data gets scattered, and the whole process breaks down faster than a messy physical desk covered in sticky notes. Instead, you just tell Claude Code, hey, I want to research, write, and sell articles on Note. And Claude will automatically spin up the perfect folder hierarchy. It creates a dedicated spot for raw research, a completely separate one for sales copy, and a pristine folder for your final drafts.
Moving right along to Section 2, the 5-person team and assigning their roles.
Here's where it gets really cool. By prompting Claude Code to create these 5 specialized agents, the quality of your final product absolutely skyrockets. Just think about humans for a second, right? If you ask one single person to do deep data research, write an engaging narrative, craft high-converting sales copy, and then flawlessly proofread the whole thing, the quality is going to drop at every step just from sheer fatigue. Well, the exact same logic applies to AI. Our source explains that by giving Claude a prompt to create 5 distinct, highly focused agents, you guarantee absolute precision. You've got the research agent digging incredibly deep into audience pain points. Then the outline agent steps in to build a rock-solid, logical flow. Next, the writing agent focuses purely on crafting beautiful prose. After that, the letter agent specializes entirely in the free hook, that crucial copy that actually convinces people to pull out their wallets. And finally, the proofreading agent acts as your strict, unforgiving editor. It's the division of labor that makes all the difference here.
All right, Section 3, the secret sauce, or how we add the human touch.
Notice how the strict operational rules of the claude.md file are kept completely separate from the warm, human nuance of the knowledge folder. This right here is the secret sauce. You see, when AI writes for you, its default setting is, well, painfully bland. To fix this, you create a file called claude.md. Think of this as the unbreakable rulebook for your virtual office. Every single time Claude does a task, it checks this file. Because of that, you have to keep it brief to save on AI processing limits, what developers call tokens. You only put your target audience, basic formatting requirements, and absolute prohibitions in there, like never guarantee income. But what about your actual personality? That goes into the completely separate knowledge folder. You load this folder up with your past writing, your favorite jokes, your specific tone guidelines, and then you simply ask your AI writing agent to reference the knowledge folder when it starts drafting.
The source actually provides a super fun kawaii example to really cement this concept. By putting specific tone rules in the knowledge folder, the AI perfectly adopted the persona of Kokona, who casually ends all her sentences with nyan, which is basically the Japanese equivalent of meow. Now look, while ending every sentence with a cat noise might not exactly fit your specific brand, it proves a massive point. The AI can completely adopt your unique quirks, your regional slang, and your personal pacing if you just structure it correctly in that knowledge folder. And why does this matter so much? Because readers buy from personalities they actually resonate with, not from dry encyclopedias. You aren't just getting an article, you're getting an article that sounds exactly like you, completely preserving your unique brand voice while saving you literally hours of typing.
Let's hit Section 4, Publishing and Pricing, specifically selling on note.
So before anyone actually buys your article, they're going to read your profile. You absolutely must manually optimize it using these 4 vital conversion elements. Our source stresses that even if your AI agents collaborate to write a total masterpiece, a weak author profile will kill the sale instantly. I mean, people buy from people they trust, right? First, your profile needs authority. Why should they listen to you in the first place? Next, it needs specific numbers. Think earned 100K rather than vague, untrustworthy claims like made some money online. Then you need commonality. That means saying something like, hey, I was stuck at 0 sales last year too, clearly showing you were once a beginner just like them. And finally, approachability, a warm, welcoming tone that says, we're in this together. This is where you, as the human manager, really step in to close the deal.
Now, when it comes to pricing psychology, avoiding a race to the bottom is absolutely essential. Starting at half your target price and increasing it as demand grows is the ultimate winning strategy here. I know it's incredibly tempting to price AI-assisted work super cheaply, maybe around 100 yen or $1, just to get some quick sales on the board. But the source warns heavily against doing this. Pricing under 500 yen instantly destroys the perceived value of your product. People will look at it and just assume it's cheap because the information inside is useless. Plus, the platform fees are going to eat up whatever tiny profits you manage to make anyway. So instead, you should identify the final premium price you want, cut it in half for your initial launch to build up some massive momentum, and then bump the price up incrementally every single time you hit a milestone, like, say, 30 sales. This creates massive urgency and highly rewards your early buyers.
Which brings us to our final section, Section 5, the marketing engine and scaling with Threads.
Our source reveals that the social media platform Threads is the absolute ultimate marketing engine right now, requiring less than 30 minutes a day to drive serious traffic, even if you currently have 0 followers. Notice how this perfectly builds out our semi-automated pipeline. Unlike other platforms that demand heavily edited vertical videos or, perfectly curated photo shoots, Threads is highly text-driven. And right now, its algorithm is aggressively pushing new accounts to fresh, highly engaged audiences. By using your AI office to generate engaging daily Threads posts that naturally link back to your paid note articles, you're creating this powerful, self-sustaining funnel that barely eats into your day. Honestly, it leaves you with 23.5 hours for literally everything else.
Which leaves us with this final thought. Are you going to continue the exhausting, daily grind of doing absolutely everything yourself? Or will you take the leap and start building your own AI office today? What we've explored from this source isn't just a neat little tech trick, it's a fundamental shift in how we value our own time. By smartly organizing your files, creating specialized AI agents that never suffer from fatigue, preserving your unique human nuance, and executing smart pricing and marketing, you really can achieve that 100,000 yen milestone and beyond. The blueprint is fully laid out. So, the only question left is, who are you going to hire as your very first AI employee? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.